Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Brew Review Crew. I'm Ron.
And I'm Corey, and today we're going to be reviewing Mad Elf by Troegs Brewing. This was sent to me by a friend of the Brew Review Crew, Dominic Sperna, in a beer trade. So thank you, Dominic, for sending this to us.
Thank you.
We're finally getting a chance to open it up and see how it tastes.
Glub, 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 glub. All right, everybody. Mad Elf is a holiday ale brewed with honey and cherry, which I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, and since it's still March and we're still getting snow, I figured what better thing to do than Mad Elf, because a Mad Elf has to be in charge of this winter right now. We're in this polar vortex and we just can't get out. So I figured, why not try it out?
15 snow days. 15! All right, guys, let's take a look at the appearance of the Mad Elf to let you guys know what we're seeing here.
I mean, for a holiday ale, one of those things, I mean, obviously a holiday, we think Christmas. Mad Elf, obviously the same thing. And I love just a nice red ale, and this is just a nice ruby color.
Yeah.
I mean, when I hold it up to light, it makes me think of that Jurassic Park scene with the mosquito stuck in the amber glass. I mean, it's like exactly that. Almost a little bit darker, though. It's got a nice red hue to it.
Yeah, like a copper or a very rich caramel look to it.
Yeah.
It's actually very clear. As dark as it is, you can see right through it. It's very well carbonated, leaving a nice little head with some lacing. A very attractive beer. Perfect for those cold winter nights that we are having up here.
Oh, yeah.
So a little bit about Troegs and this beer in general. This beer clocks in at 11.7%, so that's a big boy for a holiday ale. And you know, you might have heard of Troegs because right now they have one of the best IPA on the market, the Nugget Nectar.
Nugget Nectar is delicious, yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, obviously a great brewery, putting out awesome beers. I'm sure this one's going to be just another addition in their awesome lineup, but let's find out how the Mad Elf smells.
I mean, 11% alcohol, that's what you get. You get
Hard to hide it.
11% alcohol. But there's also some caramel malts in there too. A little bit of honey sweetness, maybe some tartness from the cherries. But I mean, the thing that really hits you is just a big punch in alcohol nose.
I'm also going to add some dark fruits in there. I think there's a hint of like fig or date, something like that. But yeah, high alcohol,
almost
cherry.
the same way as like a double or triple. You're right.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more you're right there.
It's
like
full of aroma.
nice
It's
dark
jam-packed. I'm sure the taste is going to be all over the place, very complex. So with that being said, let's dive into the taste on the Mad Elf. Cheers.
Man. You know, you do kind of get those quad type flavors, right? You get those almost Belgian yeast type flavors, the dark fruits, the Belgian candy sugar. You get a lot of that. I wasn't expecting that at all.
A lot of those dark fruit aromas coming through. This is a very big beer.
Yeah.
You're definitely right. I mean, as I'm talking to you, there's a very warm feeling going right down into my stomach. Full of those rich, dark, warm flavors. I think this, excuse me, meets right in line to what we consider a winter warmer.
Yeah. I don't get a ton of cherry.
No.
Which I was kind of looking for. I was looking for a big cherry flavor because that's how it's advertised. But I do get some honey.
Yeah.
It balances it out a little bit. It makes the body a little bit smoother. But just a lot of alcohol, some dark fruits, and like I said, it's almost like a nice quad.
You know, I looked into it while we were on break. It's actually technically a Belgian dark strong ale.
Right.
And I think for the style, this hits it dead on. It is dark and rich and full of flavor and high in alcohol. It's got those big Belgian-y flavors to it. It is a Belgian strong ale for sure.
Yeah, and the only thing I want to say is it doesn't mention it anywhere on the bottle. And for me, I mean, I kind of went into it thinking like, oh, like a Christmas ale, or I kind of thought it was going to be one of those type of beers. And then I get this Belgian-y flavor, and it was just a big shock. But what it does really well. I mean, like you said, it's fairly smooth for 11%, even though you do get a nice burn going down. It's got big, bold flavors. It's nice and sweet. It's got some caramel to it. Not a lot of cherries, which I wanted a little bit more of, but good honey flavors and just nice sweetness to it all around.
If it's a Belgian dark strong ale, say that.
Yeah.
You saying it's a Mad Elf ale doesn't really give us a whole lot of insight, and that's not a slam on Troegs, it's a slam on the beer industry in general.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a beer, tell us what beer you're making so we know if we want it or not.
Right.
Now, this is a great beer for it being a Belgian dark strong ale, but that's not typically the type of beer I personally would enjoy on my own.
Agreed.
Good beer. Actually, for the style, it's a great beer.
Yeah.
It's very well crafted.
Yeah.
It's just, and again, no slam on Troegs, but just tell us what it is.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the final ratings. You may be surprised. I'm actually going to give this an A for the style. I think for what it is done very well. For it being a Belgian dark strong ale, it's as good as it's going to get. I mean, the color is spot on with the profile, the aroma, the flavor. It's all there. I think for a Belgian dark strong ale, it's a solid A.
You know, like you said, it's just done really well. It's a well-crafted beer. We've had a couple of Belgians on here already, and some of them I have not been a big fan of, and I'm actually a pretty big fan of this. I mean, it's nice and sweet. That Belgian candy sugar just pops out at me, right? And that yeast profile. But it's, again, not my go-to style. But for the style that it is, it's got to be an A. I mean, probably, a 93, 94 A? I mean, it's a really well-done beer.
Yeah, I'm going to go right there, too. For what it is, it's very well done. So I give a lot of credit to Troegs because they made a very good Belgian dark strong ale. And if you are a fan of that style, this is one you need to try because it's very well done.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you once again for checking out another episode of the Brew Review Crew.
Yeah, I want to give another special shout-out to Dominic Sperna for helping us out and trading this beer for us. It was actually a well-crafted beer, something I didn't expect out of it, but something I absolutely enjoyed.
Yeah, this just goes to show that even if it's not your style of beer, to give it a shot, because so many times people just shy away from those styles they don't typically like. Go out, try the stuff you don't typically like, and find the stuff that actually is really good, even though your tongue might not be into it.
Right, and at some point you're probably going to develop that flavor profile, just like we have here, and just enjoy our really well-crafted brew.
Until next time, remember,
this is the Brew Review Crew.
We'll review
a brew for you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey guys, if you like that review, then click on the video below to check out our previous episode. Looking for reviews of your favorite styles? Click on our logo for more. And don't forget to keep up to date with us by liking us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribing to us on YouTube.
Hi there!
Face here.
Hey, look! There's one potato! Two potatoes! Two potatoes! Potato, two potatoes, three potatoes, four potatoes! Now it's time for another visit from Brew! Right here on Lake June!